Shalom, sisters. Shalom. This is part 2 of separating ourselves from wickedness so we can keep from experiencing a spiritual death. First, before we get into it, as always, I like to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahawashi. And today's lesson, like I was saying before I got into that, is just a continuance of part 1. Just some more scriptures to edify each other and sharpening the sword. And at a time like this, where everybody's sitting around and waiting on who's going to be who. I don't even know if it even came to pass yet. If if they even decided on someone, but I just want to put this out here, especially at a time like this, that we definitely separate from all wickedness, because time is really about to change. Everything's about to change quick. So hopefully this will help us in that transition. So let's get to it. Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahawashi, giving thanks to our power, God, and the Father by him. So whatever you do in word or deed, separate it from wickedness, pretty much. Separate it. And give thanks to Hamashiach Yahawashi, and of course, the Most High, Yahweh. All right, the next scripture is Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. A lot of us don't even know who we are. They don't know that we're held to a higher standard. And we don't even consider it, to be exact. No one really, is like, I'm above. I don't need to be, around people, things that are not of the Most High. So we have to take that in account. Let's skip over to Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That means my people are destroyed because they lack the knowledge to separate from wickedness. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt not be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, God, Yahweh, I will also forget thy children. So we destroy for the lack of knowledge of knowing that we wickedness. And he can't use us if we're still hanging around, being a part of any type of wicked things. And then like I said before, if we don't separate from that, our children can be affected. And and just think it's okay for us to do anything that the Most High pretty much is against. All right, let's take it down to Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of our power, God, and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it, it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So forever we must separate from anything that's considered wicked or ungodly in the Most High's eyes. And that way, we can have eternal life potentially, right? So now that we got our verses out of the way, I'm going to jump right into our introduction scriptures out of the way. I'm going to skip right over to the second part of our lesson. And the first part of this, it got really, really deep. It got very, very deep because the Most High just put a lot of stuff on my heart to share with my sisters, to share with you guys, and to, you know, show his greatness, you know. And it was really good. And I'm gonna get into some things I may repeat from the last lesson, but either way, we still gonna get the edification. Okay. So put this back. So okay, I'm gonna start with Colossians 3:23. And that reads, and whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, the Most High, and not unto man. So we're going to do anything, we have to do it towards the Most High, not man. We shouldn't do anything, nothing to please men. We should do everything that we can to please the Most High, because the Most High can get us into the next kingdom. No one else can really have that power but Hamashiach Yahawashi. But you know what I mean? Like no human, we don't supposed to do anything for the glorification or to look good for man. That's pretty much what that means. All right, let's skip over to Zephaniah. We're going to go to chapter 2 and verse 3. Seek ye the Most High, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So if you're seeking meekness and you're seeking righteousness, and you know you're trying to do pretty much trying to follow the commandments and the law to your best ability, and you shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. That anger, every time I read something about the Most High anger, I get kind of nervous, because like people really sleep on how dangerous how dangerous it is. But let me bring out a precept for that, and that's going to be in Sirach. We're going to bring that. So remember, it's saying that if you be meek, pretty much follow the laws, commandments to all your best ability, you will be pretty much spared in the day of his anger. So let's go to Sirach chapter 7, starting at 1. Do not evil, shall no harm come into thee. 2, depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. So pretty much what that is saying is that if you don't do any evil, no harm will come to you. And if you depart from unjustly things and iniquity, you won't have nothing to worry about. Because if you're hanging around, I believe we said something about this, and I said something about this in the last feed, that if you're hanging around people that are unjust or not living, according to the Most High's laws and commandments, you can end up being around when some stuff go down and kind of get caught in the crossfires, so to speak. So we gotta turn away from those type of things, and we don't have to worry about harm, the Most High anger coming upon thee. And just because we know, when you're gonna get it worse, and everybody that's following the Most High, y'all know that what I'm saying is true, because it gets pretty serious. Hold on, over here. Now I'm gonna skip back over to Colossians. Let's get back over to Colossians. I'm gonna go to 2 and then 5. And that reads, For though I be absent in the flesh, yet am I with you in the spirit. Spirit, joining and beholding your order and the steadfastness of your faith in Hamashiach Yahawashi. So he's not here in the flesh. Like, we get that visual. He's here. You don't know where he is, but he sees you. Okay, you're on a 24/7 candid camera with the Most High, and he's joying and beholding, like, oh wow, she's doing this, she's really separating from people, she's really trying to seek my face, she's trying to seek my shag, she's trying to live right through my shag Yahawashi. Like, he sees you. So that should be something that humbles you. So when you think it's okay, I'm just go over here and hang, and I'm gonna go to this birthday party real quick. It's all right, and he's like right there, riding with you to, that's how I visualize the Most High. Like, he's riding with me right now to the birthday party, and he's sitting there, and he sees me. That's how you got to look at the Most High. Like, you don't see him in the flesh, but in spirit, he's there. I'm going to skip over to Colossians 3, and I'm going to go to start at 1. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach Yahawashi, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach Yahawashi sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. 2, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. So we focus on things that which is when he says above, that means the laws and commandments, and not on earth, like, Salakia, like, not like trying to impress people here on this world, because we don't belong here. Essentially, that's just what it is. And to focus on the things above. And that helps me in my walk, because I have to remember, I know I've gotten to a point in my walk where I was just fully just separated, because, and I have, and I'm not proud of it, I have, like, I have my moments where I, like, I'm focused on something of the earth, or I put myself in a situation where I'm like, I know I'm not really supposed to be here. But then I repent and try to sin less, because I'm not saying in this walk you're not going to do anything bad, but it's your ability to try your best to sin less and not to be caught up in worldly, earthly things, because this is going to come. This earth is going to come, and it's going to come and go. Okay, now let's go. I'm going to go over to Sirach. We're going to go to 12. And we're going to start at verse 2. Sirach 12 and 2. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. So when it's talking about doing good, some people, they like to, give people, give homeless money, if someone is in need or something like that, you want to help them, but it only says do good to the godly man. So that changed. Like, when I first read that, I was like, to the godly man, like, wow. So if they don't give me if I don't give the thanks from them, then from the Most High, because it's a difference from when you're getting thanked from someone that believes in the Most High and someone that doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's a well, spiritually it's a difference. Cause it's like, oh, unless you just one of them persons, like you just addicted to a thank you. Oh, it gives you a high. Oh, thank you. He said thank you, yes. But it says do good unto the godly men, women to us. Okay, let's go to 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. So if you're always occupied in evil, it is nothing's going to come good to you, because you're around. We deal with the spirit, so you're around essentially like evil spirits that. And they're just you're just sitting around them. Remember, we talked about in the last video, our bodies are our temples. So if you are hanging around evil, it's kind of like going to a temple and there's a statue of the devil, of kids being sacrificed, or you go into a temple and there's a big statue of a blunt, cigarettes, all that. So we have to, don't be occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth alms. So if you're not giving alms, nothing's going to come good to you, because we're supposed to, as women, give alms. Like, for instance, I'm not going to list my alms. I just do not feel comfortable doing it. I don't want to reverse it or nothing. But I can say that I do alms. So as being women of the Most High, like, we know what brothers need. Like once a month, you could, if you like, a lot of us are very, very skilled and talented. We can make tassels for our brothers. We can make head crowns for our brothers. We can sew some fringes on a shirt for our brothers. Give money, give our monies so that our camps can, our congregation can go to places or have food, or can get plates, or you can give plates, cups and stuff for your alms. Because and that's given unto the godly men. If you're taking your skill that the Most High give you and you're giving it unto the ungodly, you just did all that in vain. The Most High is not looking at you like, oh wow, look at how she did, look how that creation right there. It's like he ain't even probably looking at it. But if you giving alms, that's like a sign, that's equal to charity, and charity covers sins. Let me bring that out. Because as women, if you're doing this walk correctly, you're always busy. Like, you don't have time to be sitting around and sitting around evil people. You're always doing something. Is either for you, for your family, for your congregation, or something. Charity. Slovakia. Let me see where I can pull that in. So 1 Peter 4:8 reads, and above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, from yourselves, your people, the ones that believe in the Most High, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Okay? That goes a long way. And then when you do give charity, you ain't gonna be like, I did this or I did that, showing the world, look, this how a real Israelite sister do it, and take a picture of what you done. We go on live. You walking up to the building. Hey, I'm walking up the camp today. I seen a lot of brothers. They tassels was jacked up, and guess what? I'm about to get this charity. I'm about to get these sins. That's how they be looking, walking. I'm about to get these sins covered up because that's just what I do. And then they hit you with the, oh yeah, all praise to the Most High. You're gonna be like, what the world? It's like the same thing when you see them people on like YouTube and they be like showing where they give the homeless person, and that's really humiliating. Because I've been homeless before, and I couldn't imagine. It's been a point, like years before I even knew who I was, the truth. And it's been times when I was like, me and my husband didn't eat because we had to make sure our children ate. And I couldn't imagine at a point where we was like, because when you get hungry, it humbles you. I can honestly say it humbles you, and it makes you see everybody around you who's who. When I became homeless, I was really able to see who was who in my family. And when I think back on that, it makes it very, very easy for me to see when the Most High says separate from all evil. To separate from anybody that's not following this truth, separate from them, go your separate way. Because and like I was saying, because I just kind of went off for a second, but like if we were hungry and somebody comes up with like 20 bags of groceries, and then they're videotaping us getting taking the food, like it's like you between a rock and a hard place. Is like, man, I can't believe you want to fuss them out. Like, how are you gonna do this to me? But you're in a low state, so it humbles you to take the food. Now I do remember a time when we was homeless and we finally got a place, and we went through this program, and they offer us furniture. But like when we got the place, we didn't really have like we wasn't had like dressed to, like we looked like we was homeless, pretty much. And the Esau came out there with their cameras and stuff. Tell us how you feel, and can we ask you a couple questions? And we were looking like we did not know that you guys were going to videotape this moment. Like it was very much humiliating for me, because I'm just gonna be real. I had on a wig that looked like I was fighting the night before. That wig, it won't even, like, it was a bang, but the bang came like up like this a little bit. And then I won't sweating because I was tired. It was just that, or I ran somewhere. It was just that when we came into there, first of all, I had on a trench coat. The trench coat was very long. It almost had a train on it, if I'm not mistaken. And it was hot. It was a thick coat. I love that coat because it was cold out, and that's what was given to us. So I had on a trench coat. I walked into the building. It's like toasty in there, and I started sweating. Then when you wear a synthetic wig, you sisters know that it will draw up on you when it gets like, it's almost like putting a flat iron on it. So I was in that mud looking crazy. And not to mention, we stopped at a convenience store. They're like, guys, you want anything to drink on the way there? I got an energy drink. So I was like this in the video, you know, and when they put it out the camera, you know, I was like, oh my God. So they asking us questions and I'm like stuttering because I really want to say, get that camera out of my face. I ain't even know y'all was going to do that, you know, and just act crazy, so to speak. But I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I just pretty much took the stuff. I took the, you know, we picked out what we wanted or what have you. So that's kind of like that. I say all that just to say that when we do charity, we should not like do it unto man. Like I said in Colossians 3:23, you should do it to the Most High. So, so we was at Sirach 12, and then I went over to 3. Okay, now we're at 4. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Again, give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Because when you helping somebody that's not in this truth, it's kind of like you gotta look at it like this. Would you help someone that talk bad about your children? Or would you help someone that don't even believe your child can be successful? I'm going to assume that everybody's shaking their head or said no. So the Most High is higher than your children. So why would you want to help someone that doesn't even believe in him or talk junk about him? Because you know good well once you leave, them saying, you know she in a cult, right? Yeah, girl. But you just help them. But if you give to a godly sister, she, after you leave, she prays to the Most High, blessing you. You see? To the Most High. If you give to someone that's not, don't believe in the Most High, they get on their knees and speak in tongue, give thanks to Cedric Bourgier. I'm just saying, it's just something to make you see why the Most High said that. All right, let's go to 5. Do well unto them that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. So overmaster is like, you know, she beat you up and take it. You know, they overpower you and take it. For else, if this is the for else, but for thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done upon him. So basically, now that we know, if you help someone that is not of the Most High, you will receive twice as evil. So that's just something to think about. It's pretty serious. Okay, now let's skip over to 7. Give unto the good and help not the sinner. He says that about 3 times. So that he just beat it in the mud. It's like, you must not do that. Because if you think, oh, this person really needs something, and this person really, really needs something, but they're not the Most High, it's probably about 3, 4, maybe even 10 of the sisters that could use what you're giving to them more so. Okay. So that's just something that we just really, really need to take into effect. All right, let's go to let's bring out another. Let me see if I have another precept for that. Okay, so this is sort of like a precept for it. I'm just going to bring it out. So Sirach 18:30. Go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. That's self-explanatory. Don't go anything that you lust after, stay away from it. Okay. 31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock of thy enemies that malign thee. So what pretty much what that saying is, if you like, you want to please them anyway, you know, you want to give to the, because I believe that I'm gonna do good for anybody. That you heard that before, right? I'm gonna do good for anybody. I don't care what nobody say. Then then you'll be the laughing stock of thy enemies. They be like, girl, can you believe this mug? I asked this mug to bring me this and this from the store and some cigarettes, and that mug brought me back something. I told that mug to bring me some a pork chop sandwich on her way home, and she brought me turkey. Like, girl, I ain't gonna eat this. A laughing stock, because you want to do what you felt like you wanted to help folk. So we have to understand that you just can't, just don't do it. Just do what he says and give to the godly man. Okay, we're going to skip over to Sirach 1:29. Because when like I said, when you give into the when you follow after your lust, you get laughed at, but you also be looked at as a hypocrite, right? So Sirach 1:29, be not a hypocrite in the spirit of man, and take good heed what thou speakest. So don't be in the hypocrite side of man. Like, you as an Israelite sister, as a woman Israelite, they, wherever you go, remember, they know who you are. Okay. So they're looking to see everything that you're doing. So if they know, and they know a lot about the truth, they just don't want to follow it, but they know a lot about it. So say, for instance, you're at work. This happened to me one time. I was going to work and I did not have my my tassels on. And here why you ain't got your tassels on? Ain't you supposed to wear them tassels? I thought Hebrew Israelites supposed to wear their tassels. This mug ain't said nothing to me since I've been there, pretty much. But where's the box cutter, stuff like that. But on this day, they knew. See, that's what I'm saying. And then they'll start challenging you. Then they'll start asking questions. And then when you give answers, then they'll debunk everything you're saying, because they see you not have on what you're supposed to have on. But if you do what you're supposed to do, you're gonna still get attacked. But they can't say, when everybody doesn't, well, no, you don't do it. You don't do all that you say that you do. You know what I'm saying? And it won't even the fact that I didn't have my tassels on. I was just rushing, and I left them in the car, running inside, trying to clock in to the plantation. So be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. So when you're an Israelite woman, you gotta be very careful what you say. Very careful what you say. That's why I say, like, I haven't really listened to like any hard rap, because when I listen to rap, I'll sing it, I'll repeat it, and then just imagine you a Hebrew Israelite woman, right? And you at work. I gotta set the scene. You at work. You putting stuff up, you know, and then they're watching you. Oh, she thinks she's better than us. Look at her. She just thinks she, you gotta, let me say, you think she thinks she's better than us. Look at her. And then they hear you singing, slap like on the what is she just? Oh, girl, did you hear what? Laughter. That laughter. Right? Did you hear what she said? She was singing Project Pat. No, I know the word she said. On my like corn on the cob. Check in with me and do your job. She said that for real. They're always, you need to be very careful what you're saying. Or if they come up to you and be like, yeah, can you believe that this sister said something to you? And you be like, man, I smacked that hoe in the face. You ain't being careful what you're saying. Okay? Exalt not thyself, lest thy fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul. So you can't be like, look, I'm an Israelite woman. Let's start off first off. Because some Israelite women have that aura about themselves, which is good but bad. It's good that they have the confidence, but it's bad that they exalt themselves. Look, this is me, okay? I homeschool my kids. I grow my own food. That's just what I do. I get my business done. And then you look up and you get a summons saying that something happens and you send your kids to school or your food dies. Okay? So that's why it says exalt not thyself, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul. Because you're gonna feel terrible, like, oh my God, I can't believe. Then you're gonna be. Then if you're wise, you're gonna look into the Most High, like, Father, please forgive me. But if you're carnal, you're like, oh, they're gonna be looking at me like everybody's gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy now. I don't know. This is just, I don't know. I don't know what to do. So they dishonor upon thy soul, and so Yahweh discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation. So then the Most High, he'll come and he will cast you down. Now, if some of you sisters have had blown out posts with your name on there, with your faces like this, or they get that pout face, that look, them pictures like, but underneath there, do not talk to this woman. She is an adulteress. She was doing X, Y, and Z. Do not communicate with her. Or people, or your sisters, or if you ain't with a camp that'll do that to you, sisters, you'll sit down and the conversation get quiet quick. Shalom, sisters. Shalom. I think my kids over there calling me. Y'all, I'll be back there. Everybody leaving and you sitting there like looking crazy. Because the Most High, you exalt yourself, you think you better than everybody. He's gonna make you look like a idiot in front of everyone. You gotta believe that. So that's why I said, sisters, we gotta be humble. Don't even say, if you got anything that's going good, the thing to say is all praise to the Most High. I'm able to homeschool my children. All praise to the Most High. I'm able to grow my own food. But if you like, man, I grow my own food. Y'all think y'all better. I'm better than, y'all up there eating that processed stuff. Y'all taking y'all kids to the white man, and then your kids acting stupid and stuff and da-da-da. You got to be careful. Okay. So it says, cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in the truth of the fear of the Most High, but thy heart is full of deceit. So that's us examining ourselves. That's something I'm reading this so you can examine yourself while you're separate. Okay. And when you're around folks, the ungodly, you can't, or the wicked, you cannot be a hypocrite. You can't be with the Israelites and on this end you doing this, and then on the Sabbath, on the Sabbath, you're sister. I'm sister Nadawa on the Sabbath. God bless you. But Sunday through Friday before sundown, I'm Melinda, and I will bust your tail. I'll do whatever I want to. Who gonna check me, boo? You can't be like that. You're being deceitful. And if you're doing stuff and for the honor of the Most High, you don't even really got to say nothing about nothing that you're doing. But if you're doing it for the Most High, for men, you're going to have to show what you're doing. That's just how people are, that's in this walk. So I was in Sirach, what I was at 129. Let's go to Sirach 37. And I'm gonna start at 12. 37. I'm gonna do 12, and we're gonna go down a little bit. Let me tell you something too. When I do these lessons, I be cutting myself. Oh, ouch! I do that. Ouch! Turn. But and I feel bad, and then it makes me relate to you sisters even more, because it's not easy. It's easy to get seduced by the ungodly spirits. You know what I mean? But we must remain strong and blameless. Okay, let's start at 37 and 12. But be continually with a godly man whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Most High, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. That scripture right there is so heavy and beautiful at the time. At the same time, we should continue with godly sisters that know the commandments, right? And then whose mind is like your mind. And if you go astray, they sorrow with you. Like, sis, I can't believe I was at work singing Project Pat. I don't know why. And then a righteous, godly sister is gonna be like, sis, you was out of spirit. I don't know what you was thinking. Like, you got to stop listening to that worldly music. You know what I'm saying? And then with the and they'll sorrow with you and pray with you. That's just because a ungodly sister will be like, I'm like, man, what's wrong with you, sis? I'm just kind of upset because I was singing Project Pat at work, and people heard me and thought that I was a hypocrite. Girl, you know the words to Project Pat? You stupid! You was up at work. You was at work, girl, singing Project Pat. Oh my God, how did you sing it? That's what an ungodly sister would do. But a godly sister be like, no, you can't. Good, sis. We gotta remain blameless. You gotta stay in the spirit, sis. That's why it's important to be with your own kind and away from ungodliness. Because and you gotta also look too, a person, someone that you're getting, like the ungodly, you getting advice from, is very easy for them to keep you in that state. Because if you're weak-minded, you can be like, they'll tell you, look, it's just a song, girl. You ain't going to hell for singing no song. Like, you acting like you killed somebody. You're like, oh, I know, that's right. You at work, you said you were a slave, so you was, what I'm saying, you was, getting your little slave song on. It's okay. And then, next thing you know, you're singing all types of songs while you at work that's not the Most High. And then you're making it more, you're gonna make the people more around you comfortable. You want to be such a light that when you come in the room, they don't know what to say to you. You know, they just chill. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to go over to we're going to do 13. And let the counsel of thy own heart stand, for there is no man more faithful to thee than that. So that's like a sound mind, pretty much. A sister that a woman that has a sound mind is a blessing to the Most High. Let me bring out that precept for that. So we're going to go to Sirach 26 and 14, and that says, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Most High, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. So a mind that goes back to, you know, the counsel of thy own heart. That means heart means your mind. So if you follow those types, if you're a sound mind and you can think about, you can think things wisely, because you'll be lining everything up. Does it fit into the law? Does it fit into the commandments? You know what I'm saying? 14, for a man's mind is sometime wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower. That's happened to me before. When I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, I shouldn't do that. I don't know if I should go there. I don't know if I do that. I don't know. My mind just, oh man, I just, and I'm looking like this. My husband like, what's wrong? I'm fine, okay. Just I got a lot on my mind. But if I was looking to the Most High, it shouldn't be that bad. You know, sometimes we all got a lot on our mind. Like, you know, you got to clean the dishes. You got to do your kids' hair. You got to, you know, prepare alms. You got to go outside and do something in your garden. You got to plan the homeschool lesson for next month. You know, be a lot of stuff on your mind. And then, you know, sometimes it'll just tell us, do this, do this, do this. And then recently I had talked to a sister, and I had told a sister, like, hey, I sometimes when I have a lot on my mind, you know, before I'm known to just shut down. But right before I said it, she was like, yes, sis, that's why, you know, I just take one of those things off the list and I do them. So I'm like, oh, wow. You know, yeah, you know, the godly minds think alike. Okay, so now let's go to 15. And above all this, pray to the Most High that he will direct thy way in truth. So when anything you do, pray to the Most High direct you in truth. Pray that he will show you the correct way. And he'll guide your path. And believe that he will do it and still follow him. Don't pray like, Lord, please help me follow this path. Direct my path on what I'm gonna do with my kids. And then while you say that, you hand them their tablet and you leave them alone all day. And they become willful. Not just so when you say that, Lord, help me, with my children, then you talk to your kids, pray with them, you know, talk to them about the Bible every day. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example. 16, let reason go before every enterprise and counsel before every action. So let reason with yourself before you go out and you do something. Make sure reasoning is a way you can do it to reason is if it doesn't line up with scripture. Will I look wicked? Will I have an appearance of evil? Will this have me around ungodly people? Will my husband be displeased? Will my children be embarrassed? Will I end up seeking harm? Things of that nature right there. And it says counsel before every action. Take counsel before action. Wives, take counsel with your husbands. Because that's what I'm gonna tell you, that's the godly way. Now, if you hanging with ungodly people, they can be like, girl, you independent. You do whatever you want to do. Your man don't define you. This is 2020, sis. Do you, honey? You don't need to ask nobody. It's about me. I'm gonna do me. And you end up in a mess. Or if you're a sister that's not married, you need to look towards either if you got like a priest in the congregation that you feel, comfortable speaking with, or you need to go to, I would suggest you go to a sister first, a sister that's like, a Titus 2 sister, like type of sister that that's wise, that gives pretty good advice. Go to her and ask her before you before you take any action of anything. Okay, next 16. Okay, no. Salakia, 17. The countenance is a sign of changing of the heart. So when you're in this and you're separating yourself, you will see a clear changing. It'll be a changing. It'll be something changed in you. Countenance is another word for your aura. Your all inside and outside. What do young folks call it? Your swag. Someone's swag, how they carry themselves. Let's bring a precept out for that real quick. Let's go to Sirach 19. And I'm gonna just do 29 through 30. 29. A man may be known by his look, and one that have understanding by his countenance, which thou meet when thou meetest him. So a person that's not of the Most High is going to just look at how they look, how they dress. Oh wow, she looks really nice. That's okay. I like the head wrap and stuff like that. But a person understanding is going to look at that countenance, is going to look at the overall. Okay, she looks the part. Check. Let's see what that spirit do. Or like the young folks say, it's a spirit for me. So let's see how if she's nice, is she friendly? Is she respectful? That's how how you could tell the countenance of a person. Like when if you're wise, you need to judge the outside and the inside of a person but more so the inside. Because if it does no good that you're dressed up to the T, you got your head wrapped, you look beautiful, you got a nice jewelry, all that. But when you sit down, you give this to your own sister. That you could have on, you could have personally got two gold blocks from Queen Elizabeth herself and made your head a real crown, earrings and everything. That is gonna look like a piece of gravel on your head if you act like that, sis. Just let you know. 30. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is. So what that means is first of all, a gait is the way that someone walks. And just a little fun fact for you. Doctors can tell if someone has neuromuscular or skeleton problems by the way that they walk. So that's a science behind that. Now, I'm gonna tell you, if you it's a certain way that a woman walks that you be like, and every sister know what that stank walk like. Why she really got a switch like that? Is it like her hips about to fall off, or them walking like looking around? That looks like I'm gonna go sit over there. That type of walk. In excessive laughter. So it's kind of like if a sister, if you saying a joke, like we all sitting among sisters and we ha ha ha, but it's like the Most High says something like around the lines like I was really sad that I ended up being in You know, it was sad where I was homeless, and then they, my family didn't love me, and they looking like didn't love you. Girl, your family didn't love you. You know, you could be like, damn, that wasn't the joke. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at, a woman that just, laughs at everything off. You know what I'm saying? And the way she walks and her attire. Because you can't tell me if I see a sister with pants and a head wrap on, I'm gonna automatically think that she's lost and or confused. Okay. If I see a sister that I know, if we all done seen sisters that proclaim they in the truth and stuff, but if we see them without their, fringes or border blue, we're gonna think, what happened? What's going on? That's the type of your attire means a lot. A lot of Israelite women, we the ones outside of the truth, I've looked in public and they look like, oh my, it's like the white man has to go into slavery for what them other heathen nations has got to go in slavery for the way that this mug walked out the house right now. I done seen the top of sisters' butts that's ashy and have a little bit of brown stuff on it. I've just assumed by that it was, droppings. Droppings. And it's sad, So it's also that's the first thing people judge. You know what I'm saying? That's the eye immediately. That's just how humans are, how we are, Because I remember, I'm gonna share this with y'all too, real quick. I remember when I first came into the truth, in the very, very beginning, I won't say I was fully in it. I was lukewarm, but I had the attire part down packed, and and at the time I was still smoking weed. I was smoking weed in the very beginning when I was first into this thing. I'm not proud of it, not for a second. And I used to go meet the weed man with a head wrap, a dress on with fringes or tassels, and it kind of at first, it was the first time I did it, it was like, wow, because I had just, I was wearing tights, whatever I wanted to wear that was not, modest. But then it turned into me dressed like, I'm about to do something in the house, field, a dress. I would wear my dresses in the beginning was very long at the beginning. It had doggone near had a train on that mug. Coming to the weed man. All right, you gonna make my bag fat, right? And then he looking like, yeah. And then every time he see me, he was just like, it's not it wasn't you. So that goes to say you can have the dress of an Israelite woman, but you don't look it, if that makes sense. Your countenance, your overall aura, aka swag, shows differently, if that makes sense. And I know y'all like, what I got to do with separate from wickedness? Because when you're separate, this is last week I really got into separating from wickedness. This is more so what you can do while you're separating from wickedness, if that makes sense. So I hope it does. Okay, let's go back to Sirach 37. 37 and 37. I think I stopped at 17. Okay. 18. Four manner of things appear, good and evil, life and death, but the tongue ruleth over them continually. We gotta, as a Israelite woman, we gotta, that's what it is, good and evil. We can speak those things upon ourselves. I'm just not good. I don't think, I don't know. I don't think I have what it takes to be an Israelite woman. And if you say that from an Israelite man, they're going to be like, thou sayest. Because if you ever heard an Israelite man say, or Israelite woman say, thou sayest, that means that you pretty much just curse yourself, or they're making a mental note of something that you said, and you about to, and the Most High is going to deal with you for it, pretty much. So you got to be very careful of speaking good and evil or life and death on yourself. I'm going to do what I want to do. Ain't no harm on me going to birthday party. You speaking evil. Like we got to be very careful. And last but not least, before I read this, I need to say this. Now there are sisters out here that teach that, that we help each other. They teach other people. They teach other people. They try to spread the gospel. They speak of the Most High. Their family want to hear it, they talk about it. If their co-workers want to hear it, they talk about it. You know how it is, sisters. Those, and whoever wants to hear it, they talk about it. But you're not really where you're supposed to be with the Most High. You're still hanging out with, ungodly and wicked people, and you're still doing wicked things. And this goes to, and this, I'm just going to bring out this 19. There is one that is wise and teaches many, and yet is unprofitable of himself. So you got people that can, if you're a sister out there, you teaching many and you're unprofitable for yourself. That's like going to a race to run 100 meters. You get to the line, you get ready, you get down the blocks, set, pow, and you just sit there. You're not profiting yourself. You're not pleasing the Most High. So it's good that you're going around telling everybody and their mama that, about the truth. But if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not even profiting yourself. It's not my words. Okay, so we're going to skip down. We're going to skip to Sirach 4. And I'm going to go to, I'm going to start at 7. Get thyself the love of the congregation and bow thy head to a great man. So sis, and like I said, this is what we're talking about doing while you're separating. Get yourself to a congregation and bow thyself to a great man. So especially the single sisters, great men are people that know scriptures. Okay. You have to congregate you have to congregate with your own kind. What are you going to do? Sit up there on Facebook and talk junk about the other man? About the great man? You're not going to congregate, and instead of bowing to a great man, you're going to talk junk. See, look at them Hebrew Israelite men. They don't respect no woman. They are so this, or they are so that, and you talking junk about them instead of finding a congregation and bowing down to great men. I'm just saying, it's not a good look. Okay, let's go to 8. Let it not grieve thee to bow down thine ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer with meekness. So instead of you doing that, and instead of you talking junk and go to your congregation, bow down your head to great men that will guide you the correct way. Because the time is at hand, whether you think so or not. You can sit at home all you want to talk junk about brothers and try to teach yourself, sis. Good luck with that. You're going to go as far as this little piece right here to right here. Nowhere, but a little bit. And it's going, and then when you do move, it's going to look cricket. That's what you know what I'm saying? Okay. So let it not grieve you. So you can be taking that time and going to sisters that's, it's a lot of sisters that's poor, that don't have much. Okay. Go to them and listen to them and hear and lend your ear to them You know, sometimes, because I've been homeless, I couldn't imagine if I was homeless in the truth and I knew good sisters, I would be so happy because I can be tell her like, sis, I was sitting in the room and I just felt like I wanted to die. I couldn't believe I got to this place, and it's just sad, and I don't want to look at my husband in a bad light because I know he's doing the best way he can, the best thing he can, and give them a friendly answer of meekness, and then you're able to give the sister godly advice. But if you listen to somebody that that's not of godly advice, that's why I said we need to separate. They'll be like, you need to leave that man, he ain't doing nothing for you, and you should do this and you should do that. But instead of recognizing that's that woman's husband, and he's really doing the best he can, and we were made to be in a lot of situations and these low estates, because that's just with the curses that were put on our people. It goes deep. I'm gonna skip to 10, but I'm gonna fix it so that it applies to us women. So it says, be a father unto the fatherless. So be a mother to the motherless. You know how you do that, sis? Do you know how many teenage girls out here that's turned into the truth and their parents are not in the truth, and they teach them to be whores? Girl, you need to show your body. Please don't cover up your body. If you go, you need to do that dance. Do that. I don't know. I'm just making a name. Do that dance, Nene. Come on, twerk for them. Twerk for them. Show them how you can cut it up on the rug. They don't have godly. They don't have mothers. They don't have and there's other sisters out here that that's not necessarily teenagers, but they're like 20, 21, 22. They're in the truth. Their parents turn their back on them, and you can be that mother to them, those sisters, by helping them. Help them see, how to do things right as a godly mother. You know what I'm saying? And instead of a husband into their mother, so instead of a wife into their father, so shall thou be as a daughter of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doeth. So if you cleave to the Most High, he can love you way more than your mother can ever love you. I'm telling you, I've heard so many stories with sisters in the truth where their mom just is not with it, and then they talk bad about them, say they're in a cult, hurt their feelings, try to make them feel bad, So it goes pretty deep. The Most High can love us better than our own moms. All right, now let's go to I'm gonna go to 4 and then 28. Strive for the truth into death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So strive for this truth while you're separating from wickedness. Strive for this truth, sis, and he'll fight for you. I'm telling you, he will. I'm telling you from my own experience, he will. Okay. And I'm about to repeat Sirach 5, because Sirach 5, chapters 2 through 4, is something that we need to hear. Okay. So we start at 2. Follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. So heart means mind. So don't follow in the ways of mind as well. So don't walk in the ways of your mind. Don't be like, man, I can hang out with whoever I want to. I've been hanging around with these folks for years. It ain't nothing bad. Ain't never happened to me. I ain't never got to no car and got pulled. Ain't never happened. I've been celebrating my birthday since I've been in the truth for the last 8 years. I've been going out to dinner. Ain't nothing happened to me. They just reading too much into stuff. Israel. 3, and say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Don't be like, who can check? That's like pretty much, who can check me, boo? I can do whatever I want to. I'm still praying. I'm wearing my fringes. I'm wearing my head wrap. You know, I got the best threads there is. Y'all can't tell me what to do. That's like more like when a sister, when you go to a godly sister, you get advice and she gives you advice. It's gonna be a time. It's gonna be every woman sister's gonna be in a situation where they get advice from a sister, then it's truth, and it ain't gonna be what they want it to be. They want to hear something else, you know. And then like, you can't control me. You don't tell me what to do. I'm like, okay. Because the Most High put that sister there to help you, and you gonna tell you don't tell me to do. Nobody can't control me. I do what I want to do. For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. He's gonna be like, and it's gonna come suddenly. Trust and believe. 4, say not I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? Remember, I just said that. For the Most High is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go. So know that he's long suffering. He's not going to let you go. He ain't going. I'm telling you, I've had some stuff that I that my anger for a long time, I was able to say slick stuff and do, you know, whatever. And I never caused no strife. I never, you know, whatever. No one's never fell away because of me. And then at one time I did the most and I end up suffering. I end up causing a lot of pain and harm and all that stuff. So we got to be very, very careful. Okay, so that and a precept for that. Let's go to 12, Sirach 12, and I'm gonna go to 12 and 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. So pretty much it's saying that he's going to get you. You're going to be caught. Don't be caught up in that day of punishment because you felt like you wanted to do what you wanted to do and you didn't want to take godly counsel and you wanted to hang around the it girls. You know, he will repay. Let's go to Proverbs 28 and 9. That's another precept for this as well. Proverbs 28 and 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So if you turn your ear away from the Most High and his counselors and do feel like you're doing whatever you want to do, even your prayer will be an abomination to him. So it's kind of like every time you pray, you get worse. That's how you know. If you pray to the Most High, every time you do, things get worse. Something's not right. Step back, be real with yourself, and turn from your evil ways. And then your prayer will be heard. But if not, he ain't gonna hear you. I guarantee, I know, because that's happened to me before. When I thought I was doing good, I was still hanging around people that not, you know, there's not of this truth, feasting with them, chilling with them, trying to be pleasers of man. And then all of a sudden, I pray and things will get worse and worse and worse and worse. I'm like, why does it seem like every time I pray, something's got it? I didn't even feel, and it also is like, you don't feel that comfort either. You don't feel no comfort at all when you pray. It's like you pray and it's like you don't feel that, you know, that feeling like everything's going to be okay. because things get worse. All right, let's go back to Sirach. I'm almost finished here. We're going to go to Sirach 11. And I'm going to go to, let me just say this before I read this. Like I said, this side of the scripture, this lesson is talking about what you can do while separating from the Most High. Okay. And when you separate from the Most High, you must know and have wisdom to not let these ungodly or wicked people into your home. Okay. Don't let them into your house. Because this is, then I'm about to bring out why. Sirach 11:29. Bring not every man into thine house, for the deceitful men have many trains. So what do we know about trains? Trains have what? A lot of carts. So they're bringing a lot of demons, a lot of spirits just coming along with them. And what does trains do? Trains go fast, and it's very, very hard to just get them to stop. Salakia. So that just goes to say, if you let someone in your home, they'll just bring in all types of evil spirits that's not the Most High, and they'll just make a mess of things, just cause all types of noise. So just be very, very mindful of bringing just anybody in your home. You'll know when the Most High brought a godly person in your home, because when they come inside your home, they're quiet, they're peaceable, you laugh, you're having a good time. But if you bring somebody that's not of the Most High in your home, they're going to cause a great disturbance. And I guarantee you, your house won't be the only house that's known for them to go and turn up in, if you know what I mean. So we just got to be mindful of protecting our home. Don't just let anybody into your home. It's a very, very precious spot. Okay. And then 34, receive a stranger into thy house, and he will disturb thee and turn thee out of thy own home. I've had some people in my house, persons in my house, that they caused so much of a ruckus, and I couldn't get them out my house. I had to step out the house to keep from, harming them. And also, we got to think about this too, dear sisters. What if you are not acting as a godly woman? Where does your husband go? Or where he want to go? Outside of thy own house. He be on a rooftop. Because you don't want to we can't turn into that strange woman either. Because when you acting up like that, you're strange to him. He doesn't really know why are you acting like this? What's going on? And you up there raising hell in your own house, plucking it down with your own hands. So we got to, that also applies to us as being that stranger, if you will. So, and also, because I only got a couple more scripts left. I want to end the end part of this segment, this lesson with this. Okay. If you're a sister out there and you have been around wicked company, if you have just not followed the laws of the Most High, you been celebrating pagan holidays, you looking towards this world, you're worried about what man says or said, and you just want to change. You like, okay, from this day forward right here, I am absolutely going to turn away from all ungodliness. I'm going to separate myself from those that are wicked and that are enemies to the Most High. Because remember, if you're not following the laws of the Most High, you're an enemy to them. So you're hanging around his enemies. Would you hang around the enemies of your children? If you got no children, think of somebody that's close to you. Would you be like a sister that's in the truth that's very, very close to you? Will you hang around her enemies? Would you? So I'm gonna go ahead and say you're probably saying no, right? So pretty much, if you're like a sister that's been hanging around your enemies, the enemies of the Most High, that's not trying to follow the laws, statutes, or commandments, you've been, just back and forth, lukewarm. And I don't want y'all to experience a spiritual death, because that spiritual death is not good. Everything will go wrong. Your prayer, the more you pray, the worse things will get. And eventually the people that you've been hanging around with and you think is cool, they're going to show who they really are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because that's happened to me. That's happened to me. Real talk. We all fall short. We all fall short of following the laws and statutes of the Most High. At times we do, and we do. I know I do. I'm gonna speak for myself. I know for a fact that I do. I put some. Like I said, I put myself in situations sometimes where I'm just like, darn, why am I here? And it'd be like, it can be harmless, but I'm like, why am I here? Or and be real with you guys too. I have a problem when, like, I go somewhere and there's a little karaoke machine. I'm known to, every now and again jump on it and sing some, worldly songs. And then my husband had to cut me. Why did you just sing Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror? Yes, my favorite. He's a pedophile, and why are you singing that? He's a top ranked demon. So I'm still trying to harness that side of me to be like, no, you can't do that. Even the time it'd be fun, everybody's laughing, but after everyone leave and I'm left with the Most High, I'd be like, oh my God, again? Darn, I need to stay away from Mike. So, and then there could be an evil look. They be like, man, that mug talking about this, and she up there singing, talking about the Most High, and that mug up there doing the robot harder than the mug to Smooth Criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have to be mindful for a lot of those things. We all have things that we do, and we just need to be real with ourselves. I'm just saying it because I just came to a realization that none of y'all have a heaven or hell to send me to, but the Most High. And I'm just being honest, because somebody else out there may be suffering from doing things that they want to turn from and they know they need to work on. So with that being said, if you're one of those sisters, you're doing one of those things, you can easily repent, and don't do it again. Okay? Repent and try your best not to do it ever again. Let me bring that out. Sirach 17, and I'm going to start at 24. But unto them that repent, he granted them return and comfort those that failed in patience. So if you did something that was not of him, repent. And like when I say repent, don't be like God, oh, Most High, please forgive me for my sins because I sinned. You got to be, real with that thing. Father, please forgive me. I come to you as humbly as I know how. Please forgive me for, singing demonic songs, acting ungodly, possibly causing a reproach to your name. Because when you do stuff like that, you can cause a reproach to his name. Like, see, I told you that God, she believe in that God, man, she in a cult. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be very mindful that when we are asking for forgiveness, you say you list what you did verbatim. If you went out and you smoked a cigarette, Lord, please forgive me. Don't be like, Lord, forgive me, I sinned. Just like, Lord, forgive me, I smoked a cigarette today. Please help me get that taste out of my mouth. I don't want to do this. I'm trying to be, good to you. And he said he will grant them return and comfort those that fail in patience. And he'll give you a comfort when you fail in patience. 25, return to the Most High and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less. So return to the Most High, return back to, okay, I'm gonna get back to praying every morning and every afternoon and every evening. And when I do, as soon as I see that I sin, I'm gonna go to the Most High and I'm gonna seek his face and I'm gonna try my best to offend less, not do that less. Because let me share some with y'all. When I stopped smoking weed, it was a process. I had to pray and try to do it less, like offend less. Every day I try to do less and less and less. I'm praying like, Father, forgive me. I know I'm smoking this weed, and I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't want to take the white man's medicine. So, I have to smoke this, and then really and truly it's not I can consume it like eating it and stuff, but I can't smoke it. It's defiling my temple. So if I'm like, okay, I feel bad, and when you smoking, it's hard. When you're smoking, it's hard to stop. But you gotta offend less, try to do it less and less and less, and you will eventually stop. But I ain't saying like, okay, you pray, forgive me, and then you go and you face two blunts to the dome. You like, darn, you're supposed to offend less. You know what I'm saying? After you pray, it should last a while that you don't even want to really touch it. You know what I'm saying? And then something might come up. You might feel anxious or something might happen. And you just I'm going to just hit it a couple times, So offend less. 26, turn against the Most High and turn away from your iniquity. For he will lead thee out of darkness into the light of health, and hate thou abomination vehemently. So it's pretty much saying turn to the Most High and turn away from your iniquity. And he will lead you out of darkness. He really will lead you out of darkness, guys, sisters. He will lead you out of the darkness. If you pray to, Lord, please forgive me. My family rushed me. They wanted me to do this birthday party. I felt bad because grandma, she's 95 years old and she's there. I don't know how long she's going to live after this. But that's why you got to turn away from that type of iniquity, and he will lead you out of darkness into the light. And you will be like, and the sound of a birthday party will make you mad. You're like, oh, I might gotta go birthday party. You know what I'm saying? So just know. Oh, and 27, who shall praise the Most High in the grave instead of them which live and give thanks? So if you're gonna keep doing this, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna experience a spiritual death or a physical death. Now, if you experience a physical death, that's game over. Game over. That's it. It ain't no more. Your grace period over. It ain't nothing really more you can do at this point. You had your chance. You know what I'm saying? But that's why you should, every breath you have, you need to try our best to turn from wickedness, especially in a time like this where we about to go into a whole nother second phase of maybe even a stronger virus, when they're trying to put stuff on us and trying to just Jacob's trouble being increased. This is a time for you really to turn away from your wicked ways. Try your best. It ain't nobody out there worth you getting punished by the Most High. Nobody. So just practice those things. Be around the godly. Be around the godly sisters. Maintain, do alms to blot out the sins that you already have done. And don't sell nobody when you do it, sis. Keep it, It's kind of like what the streets say, snitches get stitches. You go out there and you tell what you're doing, and you trying to get seek men's attention, well, the world's attention for your harms. You're gonna get stitches. Ain't gonna do nothing for you. But get that spiritual death. So now I got one. It's a prayer that I seen that was just touched my soul when I read it. And it's a beautiful prayer. It's kind of lengthy, but I think it's worth me reading it to you all. And it kind of goes back to how the Most High grace works for those that that's in situations where it's like it seems like it's hard to get out of. When you're in a situation that people may be lying on you. You go as an Israelite, when we go through that, they lie, say things. You at work, you get persecuted. They're making fun of you. You're making fun of your hairdress. They're making fun of your dresses. They're doing all these things, and it seems to be easier to just kind of fit in, when in actuality, the more you fit in, the more they're making even more fun of you, because they like, look at that mother. I thought she came in here dressed like Harriet Tubman. Now that mother dressed like she got a WAP. That was just so nasty. I did not feel right saying that. But that's what your young folks saying. But you know what I'm saying? But you have to continue to keep going. Like we said, and like I said in the last video, they're laughing at you, they're persecuting you. You're doing something real good. Be joyful, like, oh yeah, that's fine. Because guess what? Because in my mind, I know that I'm trying to follow the laws and the statutes and commandments of the best way. And I'm not trying to just go ahead and be like, this is the end. Let me turn up. Let me continue to party. Let me continue to get high. Let me continue to try to be a good parent to my kids. But in reality, they're looking at me like, she's trying to tell me what to do, but that mother be going out every doggone night. So we or to say, as a Israelite woman, we like I was saying, I thought I heard somebody at my front door. I was about to make a new doorway. But it's like when you're following as an Israelite woman, it's like you're gonna be persecuted. If you're not persecuted, that means you're not doing it right. And if you're getting challenged on a lot of things you say, just if you stay blameless, they can't do, but they ain't gonna say but so much. They ain't gonna say but so much if you're doing what you're supposed to do. But if you're not doing what you're supposed to do and you're being a hypocrite or what have you, that's when you're going to get challenged. And guess what? As soon as they challenge you, they're going to bring out that one thing that you did that was against the Most High. And really and truly, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself, because, you've been warned. But let me bring out this prayer, because it's a great prayer. Like I said, it goes to with a lot of that what we're going through as Israelite women. So I'm going to start at Sirach chapter 51, and I'm going to go to 12. I will thank thee, O Lord and King, and praise thee, O Yahweh, my Savior. I do give praise unto thy name. For thou art my defender and helper, and hast preserved my body from destruction, and from the snare of the slanderous tongue, and from the lips that forge lies, and has been my helper against my adversaries. That's beautiful, because he is our defender. He is our help. And he has preserved our bodies. Because you ain't gonna see a lot of Israelite women. I'm telling you, I've seen ones that's 50 that don't even, they look like they're in their late 30s. I've seen them 50 and look like they're around my age. He'll preserve our bodies, sis. And the lips that forge lies. I've seen people that in this walk, I've been in this walk for 6 years, that's lied on me, and everything that they ever, their life went back very quickly. He'll defend us. Don't even worry about them to lie on you. He's been our helper against our adversaries. Around everybody that's against you, sis, he's been helping you, and has delivered me according to the multitude of thy mercies and greatness of thy name, from the teeth of them that were ready to devour me, and out of the hands of such as sought after my life, and from the manifolds of afflictions which I had. From all the afflictions, I had many, many, many. And as time went by, I stuck with it. He's made me whole. He's helped me in everything that I ever asked him for. 4, from the choking of the fire on every side, and from the midst of the fire which I kindle not. 5, from the depths of the belly of hell, from an unclean tongue, and from the lying words. From the belly of hell, hell is a condition here on earth. From an unclean tongue and from lying words, he's saved us. He's helping us. He's going to help you if you still experiencing this. He's going to help you. Just stick with him. 6, by an accusation of the king from an unrighteous tongue, my soul drew near even unto death. My life was near to the hell beneath. All praise to the Most High. They compassed me on every side, and there was no man to help me. I looked for the succor of man, but there was none. So you look for men to help you, and it won't be none, or wasn't none. 8, then thought I upon the mercies of the Most High, and upon the acts of old, how thou deliverest such as wait for thee, and savest them out of the hands of the enemies. So then you got to remember, what does he did for all the other prophets? Look to the generation of old, who has called upon him and was confounded, that really seeked his face. 9, then lift I up my supplication from the earth, and prayed for deliverance from death. Lo, I called upon the Lord, the Father of my Lord, that he would not give me in the days of my trouble, and in the time of the proud, when there was no help. So we called out to Yahweh through Hamashiach Yahawashi for his help. Please save me. And you mean that in all your heart. You meant that thing. You meant, please help me. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of living in this life. I'm tired of being around these people. I'm tired of my family trying to say I'm in a cult. I'm tired of all that. Please help me. 11, I will praise thy name continually, and will sing praise with thanksgiving. And so my prayer was heard, because we continue, like I said, you continue to praise, you continue to give thanksgiving. For thou savest me from 12, from thou savest me from destruction and deliverest me from the evil time. Therefore I will give thanks and praise thee and bless thy name, O Yahweh. Now let me tell you something right now from the evil time. We're in the evil time now. Things about to happen. But if you trust in him, he will protect you, sis. I promise you. He is going to protect you, and he's going to make sure your family's straight. He's going to make sure your kids are straight. This prayer right here spoke to me in volumes because I felt every single, all of this I felt like before. And the Most High, he saved me. Through Hamashiach Yahawashi, he saved my life. He turned me into a new creature. And because I continually to pray to him, I continually to stay away from wickedness, I continually to ask for repentance whenever I went off, I felt like I went off. I continually gave alms. I continually tried my very best to be a good wife to my husband and a great mother to my children, and most importantly, a wonderful and faithful servant to the Most High. I try my best. That's what's going to keep you protected in this time to come. I'm going to give I'm going to be giving a lesson soon on how what we can do as women to benefit our household in the day when, so that when the cold come, our house will have coverings, right? So I'm gonna get a lesson on that, what we can do as women. And also, because I do have another announcement. All praise to the Most High. If it's good for you, that'll be great. If not, I don't know what to tell you. But starting next week, I will be going live every Tuesday and Thursday, because I just feel like this is the time, and my husband, my Adawan, feels like it's a time where we really need to like buckle down as women and as sisters, and let's get this thing, let's be able to get some things in order for us. So just look forward on lessons on like I said, preparing for a time like this, what we can do as women. Secondly, scheduling, how we can schedule. I'm gonna help you guys schedule your lives so that you can homeschool your children and do things for your household as well. And I'm gonna also do different like type of workouts as well, because you need to get strong right now, sisters. This ain't the time to to work out to be cute. You need to work out to be you're like the it's God, Yahweh, Hamashiach Yahawashi, your husbands, and you and the children. So if someone runs up in the house, guess what they're gonna try to take the man out first. So then that's left you. But if you're strong the way you're supposed to be, then all praises, sis. Yes, we need to. That's what we're gonna do. We we as women, you need to be able to defend your household. You need to defend your household. You can't just sit around and be cute and do all that. We know we're Israelite women. We're all beautiful. Okay, we know that. But that's being a Proverbs 31 woman, 10 through 31. She worked hard for her hands. She was a strong woman to do those things. We got to get strong. We got to get. I'm gonna tell y'all how to certain ways you can start growing your food in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you all those things within these weeks to come. Also, I'm gonna do lessons on how to effectively train your children as well, not just behavior wise, but also how to get them to be able to defend as well. Because I don't plan to have, like I said, I don't want to, I'm not planning, I'm not raising no Disney kids where they feel like when something happens, they in there doing a musical. Oh God, the man is in the house. What will we do? No, I'm not raising one of those children. Oh, when the bad guy comes and get me, he's gonna bring us back. No, we're gonna go into full detail of what happens. The kids need to hear what will happen to you if you get kidnapped, if you walk away from your parents, if someone tries to abduct you. I know, right, sis? If what to do if someone tries to abduct your children, to take your kids. Okay, what can we teach our children to do? How we can how that they can defend as well. Different places you can go, finding a place you can go if something happens inside the house, the kids can run to, or you can run to. Code words, like we're gonna cover all of that, because as I'm here to teach you guys to help most of all. That's the big key. Help us sisters be stronger. For one, it'll be easy. I mean, it's easier if I just sit and I can break down, tell you who Melchizedek was, and how he was there with Lot and the angels. He's one of the angels, and what Revelations breakdown. I can tell you all that, but right now, as sisters, we need to learn how to do certain sisterly behaviors, like separate from evil things. So anything that's evil is ungodly. How to prep for when how to defend ourselves when it comes down to it. How to teach our children how to defend themselves. How to grow your food. How to make your clothes. How to different lessons. How to plan your lessons. How to do all those things. I'm gonna teach you. But let me tell you this one thing too. This lesson but the very next lesson that I'm about to bring out next week is going to be a two-parter. You ready for it? Witchcraft, which is what things are we bringing ourselves into those things without knowing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to help. I want to help sisters with that, because it's kind of like the scriptures say all wickedness in the world is nothing, is little wickedness. Let me bring that out real quick. I know I said I was gonna get out, but I hold fast, sisters, because this is a good point, because this is some good edification that we can be that we need. So basically it says, I think it's in Salakia. Okay, 20 Sirach 26 and 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So all wickedness is little wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman, sis. So what that means is child sacrifice, satanic cults, drinking of the blood, all that is wicked, right? But that's little wickedness when it comes to us. So in those lessons, I want to teach. I want to make sure, do a checklist so that you're not going off pretty much. Okay. Like if rebellion is also known as witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? So if you're rebelling if like your husband's trying to tell, help you, or, a rebellion against your husband, if you're trying to, some of our husbands trying to help us. Some of them, they not in truth or what have you is another case. But if that's the case, or the Most High words, you rebelling against that, it's witchcraft. That says it in scripture. Rebellion is witchcraft. So I'm gonna be going through that, those two lessons next week. I'm gonna go deep. I'm gonna go all the way deep, like into the crystals too. We going deep. So that's just something that we looking forward to. So starting next week, Tuesday and Thursday will be our day, sis. And we're gonna get this. We're gonna get stronger. And it's going to be, when people see us, our countenance is going to be like, oh, she's a beautiful Israelite woman. You, sis, I'm talking to you. You're a beautiful Israelite woman, but that mother looks strong. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Why she look so serious? Like, that's what our sisters is going, our kids are going to be in order, everything. And I'm going to help you. I'm not going to teach you nothing or show you nothing that I haven't done myself, because I have 4 children. I'm married. I've been homeschooling them for the last about 4 to 5 years, going on 5 years. And I have my garden. So I'm not saying it's the brag, because this year, when I had when this stuff happened, I had a little downfall. Most of all my stuff died. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just trying to tell you that I've done it so I can help you. Just let me help you, sis. Let's iron sharpen iron. Let's not have that jealous masculine spirit towards one another. Okay? Let's just really buckle down. Time is at hand. And we ain't got time to play no more. We can break down scriptures of all the other stuff, but right now is the time for us as sisters to get strong. And I'm gonna help you. Okay. So with all that being said, the water for sitting and listening to this lesson, and Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Barakatah.